Well, John Gurkink of Trinity Renewal Systems has been real lonely lately because I haven't sent him any new test videos, and you know, without testing a new technique every day, he starts to feel left out. This is a home that I came over at night when it was pitch black, took a black light, went through the entire carpet and located all the urine deposits because there was an odor in the house. And so not uncommon for the kind of work we do, but I'm always looking, as John will tell you, for a little bit more effective ways to apply the product and get better results for our customers in a reasonable time. Spent some time yesterday adapting hoses for a backpack sprayer that I don't have to wear on my back. Be running it with a tether. First thing, of course, I'm going to do is vacuum it thoroughly. There's an awful lot of debris left on the floor, even though they had vacuumed and home cleaned their carpet before I got here. And downstairs, some large rooms. This was the puppy play rooms. It appears with the black light. So the steps of this job are going to be to prep vacuum it, and then using the agitation of the Trinity Profit and the spray system, we're going to apply oxidizing sanitizer to all of the urine spots. A lot of my work on that initial treatment will be with the black light. The steps, we have an attachment for the backpack to spray areas that needed ahead of time, including the steps, with a brush to work in there. After we've accomplished that, we're going to extract it with cotton and microfiber pads. Use a thin one bonnet to agitate in our pre-spray, microfiber and cotton blend cloths to extract it out. The final step, of course, is to get it dry enough to vacuum all the debris that we bring up from the base of the yarns and the backing of the carpet. And I'll try and take some videos as we progress. Again, this is a heavy urine. There's less area probably without some indication of urine contamination than areas where it's spotted. So I'm not treating just spotted, I'm going to treat the entire carpet as a giant urine spot. Alright, here for nearly an hour, about 45 minutes of vacuuming with a commercial machine. This is a brand new bag. Put on this job, the customer pre-vacuumed, and it looks like cleaned with either a rental or a little home unit. And we've got, well, what would normally be 2 or 3 houses full still of debris. I did this for you, Paul Deemers. So you can feel more justified about being correct. Not going to say right, but you were correct once again. Just a quick video for those of you who haven't used a backpack before. This backpack can be used either as on your back, or you can carry it around and set it down. I've set mine up to connect to a tether, or if I want to wear it on my back, I can connect it direct to the machine, or I can, this is going to be tricky. Couldn't do that with the camera. I can have it hooked straight to a wand to apply pre-spray to areas like stairs or spots if I wanted to run through the house real quickly. There was some color here, so I went ahead and treated that as well. But I wanted to kind of demonstrate, the flexibility of the backpack. And then again, when I hook it up to the machine, you've already got to plug your machine in anyway. So I just plug it in there and run it along the regular power cord. I wanted to show you, when we plug it in, I can set the pump pretty much anywhere. Connect it to where the plug is, and it just happens that I got enough cord to hit all of the upstairs and all of the downstairs without moving it, which is handy. This step will be just difficult to describe on video, but I darken the room and I look for spots. This is not to the cleaning portion yet. All I'm doing is pre-treating to kill or destroy any urine decontamination that's in the carpet. So by locating the spots with a blacklight, I can now use my machine to both spray here the moisture, and then I work that in contact with all of the areas that could be contaminated. And really heavy on the spots that I locate with the blacklight, because I know those are problems. And we'll get a pretty strong odor for a while. And within about 15 or 20 minutes it'll dissipate, and then we can start cleaning it. Okay, upstairs we've finished working in about 3 gallons of oxidizing sanitizer to destroy or get rid of the urine. The odor's completely gone at this point. As far as my nose, I know there's still something there. Then we will extract the remaining moisture, and after that do our white glove check and make sure there's no areas where there's any contamination or soiling, anything we're suspicious of, or anything that feels moist still. Alright, finished up upstairs with the pre-treatment and the extraction and cleaning, and now we're working down to the main floor. Look at some of the traffic lane. We'll use the same process, and then take another video of it. Just as a comparison, this downstairs area I've already done once, like I did upstairs with the EnCapupad. Downstairs I used a microfiber, and now I'm going back over it with additional microfiber pads, and then of course my cotton check. This is the second pass in this particular room. Alright, so I admitted I didn't catch this when I first came in, but obviously those pink stains are still visible. That's actual dye in the carpet, and I haven't been able to determine what the source is. I've got another spot here. Once we cleaned it and I discovered them, I began using a reducing agent and rinsed it and used an oxidizing bleach. Neither one of them had complete success. So we're going to go to the next step. We're going to be using steam from a wallpaper steamer to accelerate the effect of the reducing agents, and see if we can get them that way without removing the color of the carpet. There's a couple of other small spots that showed up when we're done, and we'll be using a high pH product and a delimonene to see if we can get those to move. If we can't get them to migrate with cleaning, then we get out the world famous silver spotter, and we trim the tops of the fibers and remove the soiling as much as we're able. Soiling down in the fiber we had to cut out and actually put another bonded insert in place of it, and these folks aren't that excited about doing that at this time. So Just another step, one layer at a time. Okay, so now we have the steam going after I worked in some more reducing agent. Can I show you what it looks like? Using this as an accelerant to see if we can get what's called dye transfer. Meaning we can loose anything from the dye sites and actually make it go from where it is into another medium. In this case, medium. In this case, we're using a cotton blend pad. Another spot up here. We're going to take this and daub it. Not getting a lot of color. Now we're starting to get some. So getting some means that I can get more by just repeating the process, using the reducing agent, heating it up, and again having patience, not scrubbing it, but daubing it. And repeat until it quits transferring. On to the next spot, you'll see that I'm having more success steaming this one and then getting actual color transfer to the cloth. We work it into the, I just retreated it again. You want to be really cautious to never stroke long strokes or to untwist the yarns, especially if you're dealing with a steam. But even in general, if you scrub a carpet, you can permanently damage it very easily. That's why everybody says daub it. Daub it. We'll give that a little time and repeat and hope we can get it more. And then again, we leave it soaking, so any remaining color we hope is, after 24 hours of dwell time, is further encapsulated and not as visible. I've now finished with the extraction part of the cleaning. You can see that traffic lane. Do you see it anymore? No, you don't. And one more step is to vacuum, but I thought I'd get a video to show the contrast. And it's kind of dark in here, but there is no odor remaining whatsoever. The traffic lane coming out of the garage, all those spots, which you can check earlier in the video. The pink on that stair, pink there. And I'll go back to where we had the really obnoxious pink spot before. If you remember all of the spots that were in the carpet and that line, turned out that it was an asphalt and grease and some gum. We did have to remove some with a razor, but you won't find any indention in the carpet whatsoever where it was trimmed out, and it's not visible at all. And then I will take another video when I groom it and vacuum out, and probably will get another vacuum bag. The last trip upstairs, final viewing. And a little bit darker room, but you can still make out where we've been. In the hall, I'll get at least the living room I'll take a picture of, maybe the downstairs too. Alright, just a quick peek as I turn the lights off downstairs. Well, you can't see that. And almost done here with the living room. If you remember the traffic lane. And then I'm out of here. Only 5.5 hours so far.